Learn how to add feature flags to an Angular application in this episode of Azure Tips and Tricks. Feature flags are a great way to show and hide features dynamically without changing code. In this video, we'll create a feature flag in Azure App Configuration and use that in an Angular app. Let's start by creating an Azure App Configuration here in the Azure portal. Search for App Configuration. And there it is. OK, create. And here we go. I'll pick a resource group. OK, and now I put in a name like this. And I'll leave the rest as is. OK, let's create it. This can take a while, so I'll skip to when it is done. Here is the app configuration. You can use this to store application configuration and connection strings, and also feature flags. And to connect to this from an app, we need an access key. Here they are. And I want a read-only one. I'll copy this one for later. Okay, now for the feature flag. Here I can add one. Here we go. I'll give it a name. Okay. And that's it. We have a feature flag. Let's use it. Here we are in Visual Studio. I'll use this to create an Angular application. Let's start with File, New Project. And here I'll select ASP.NET Core Application. OK, and now I'll give it a name, like this. There we go. And here I'll pick Angular. OK. This creates an ASP.NET Core app with an Angular frontend. You can find the Angular frontend in the Client App folder of the application. We'll connect to the app configuration from Angular. I can also do that from the ASP.NET Core server-side code, but I want to show you how this works in Angular. The app is a simple one and has a counter menu item. We'll use the feature flag to show and hide this menu. Okay. The first thing we need to do is to reference two packages. I'll do that in the package.json file here. These packages enable us to connect to app configuration. All right. Now here I'll open the navMenuComponents.ts file. This is the class for the navigation menu. In here I'll first add a reference to the app configuration library. OK. And next I'll add this. This is a new parameter that we will use, and it fetches the feature flag called showCounter from app configuration. And it uses the read-only access key that I copied earlier. I use one that only provides read-only access because this key will be published to the client, so anybody can access it. Alright, so this reads the feature flag. And now here, in the HTML for the navigation menu, I can go to the counter menu item, and I'll add this. This will toggle the visibility of the menu item based on the counter feature parameter. And I use the async keyword here because this parameter is initialized asynchronously. And that's it. Let's run this to see what happens. Here it is. There is no counter menu visible. And that is because the feature flag is disabled by default. So when I switch it on and go back and refresh, the counter menu is visible. Cool, right? Azure App Configuration enables you to create feature flags that can dynamically show or hide features in your app without changing code or redeploying your app. Go and check it out.